Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to use the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. We're going to use the Go-To Greeting, and I'm going to do the stamping, or it's stamped in Moody Mauve, and I've used the Stylish Shapes die cut to cut out the greeting, and I've got some of the Moody Mauve ribbon to go with it. And I've used some of the glossy dots, just the yellow ones, just to pull some of the centers out. So with this paper, when it comes in, you get a sheet, 2 sheets with kind of predetermined designs on them that you can cut up. And that's what this is. This is one of the pieces. It's got the Moody Mauve paper on the back. So for instance, this has got kind of the almost oriental gold or wild wheat leaves on a pretty peacock background. But what I did is I took this one, I trimmed it out, and I cut it down to 4.5 or 4 by 3.5. I'll just pop that there so that I can kind of mount it on the background. So I am purposely going to put my card base over to the side because I have to remember to put my ribbon on, otherwise I will forget. So basically this is a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP. That's the other side, as I said. This is the one of the kind of pre-designed squares in there, cut down to 4 by 3.5. I've got the Just a Note stamped in the Moody Mauve, cut out with the die, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. And I've got a really good trick for how to put the ribbon on so everything stays centered and everything's where you want it to be. So I will just put this down like that. So it's up at the top, I've got space at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive along the middle of the back of this, and I'm going to lay this right down in the middle. So I'm actually attaching this here, and I'm just a little bit off on this side, so I'm just going to pop it down a little bit. There, that's better. And then I want this ribbon to come right up against this edge here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some adhesive just along there like that, and then I'm going to put the ribbon right up to that edge, making sure I've got my greeting kind of centered on the background. And then I'm just going to push it down, run a bit of adhesive on the back so that I can just fold those ends over. And now I can go ahead and adhere this to the card base, and then we can add a little bit of bling. So this one, super simple. The only stamping is the greeting. And then everything's done with the Designer Series paper. So let's just get our glossy dots out, and we're just going to put one here. Whoops. And it's going to play the game. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. So then these lower glossy dots, the smaller ones, are pretty good for going through the mail. So if you have to mail a card, I quite often don't put bling on the cards that I'm going to mail because it can get caught up in the mechanism in the post office. So there we go. There is a really super simple card using the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, cutting it down, and then again the Go-To Greetings with one of the Stylish Shapes dies. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.